Hello everyone, this is the third week in the Glamour Magick series. So this is the third video where I'm going to share with you 3 more things to do in the process leading up to the last week, which is next week, where we cast the Glamour Magick, and so far it is still going to be alive. So if you're just joining and just tuning in, there is 2 more videos in this series where I went over a few steps in the process that is going to lead us up to the finale, that build up. And the reason why I'm doing it this way, 1, just for some fun, and 2, it is building up this energy, right, for success, first of all, right? So it's not just like you just, okay, I'm going to pull these things together and quickly do this magic. It is really setting that tone, setting that energy up, really doing what it takes to manifest. So it is a build-up, right? The energy is building up, and by the time you get to casting that magic, it will be there. It won't be anything that you have to kind of work hard at. It is just going to flow because you have put in the work. The more time you spend, right, the foreplay, right? Foreplay is good, right? It's building up to that climax. And this is what we're doing. So it's a process, is what I'm trying to say. And guys, if you hear my voice, I'm not feeling well right now. I just want to tell you, Venus retrograde is kicking my ass, but I'm not going to get into that. I digress. We're going to put some glamour on it. So let's just jump right into what the 3 things are that we are going to be doing. It might be almost 4, but in any case, let's just jump right in. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is, that beautiful sigil that you created, we are going to burn it, and we are going to take its ashes and put it in a love blend, and this is what we're going to use in the Glamour Magick Ritual next week. So when you take that sigil and burn it, now, no worries, I like to keep my sigils also, but what I do is I create 2. So I create 1 and either make a copy or draw 2. I take that 1 and burn it and set the intentions out into the ether, and then I keep the other one that will also be activated. I keep that one here in the physical plane. So if you have grown attached to your sigil and you want to keep it, just make a copy. But we are going to need to burn this sigil. So when you burn this sigil, right, you don't want to just burn anything and just set it in the flame. You want to burn this with intention. And as you see, like it burning, the ashes forming, the smoke forming, you want to think about this is glamorizing up your confidence, your allure. This is all the things you are visualizing and feeling as this is burning. So let it cool down, and you're going to take those ashes and whatever love blend you have. If you do not have a love blend and would like to create one, do go over and check out my video where I just shared creating one of my love blends. I went over all the ingredients and everything I used. If not, if you don't have all of those ingredients, you can always, dried rose petals is like the number 1 go-to, right? For this is glamour. So whatever you decide to use to create your love blend, or whatever you have, you want to take that and mix your ashes in this. What you also want to add to your blend is some kind of dominating maybe root. So licorice root, calamus root, or master root. I think I'm going to add some master roots to mine, right? Because I have a love blend, and it's not very dominating. So it is just attraction and love. So we want this calamus root or this licorice root or this master root to kind of add that extra oomph to it, that dominating element to it. Look up whatever herbal correspondences that have a dominating aspect to it. So you're going to mix this all up, and you're going to set that aside. This is going to be what you use in the Glamour Magick Ritual. So now that's done. The next thing you're going to do is create an incantation. Now, the incantation, right, has to be something coming from your soul, your heart. When I create incantations, what I like to say is there is 3 sections to the incantation. The first is you are calling in the energy or spirit that you are invoking. So in this case, maybe Venus. And you go, oh great, oh beautiful, oh magnificent, glamorous, wonderful Venus, right? You call them in with some form of veneration. And then you move into the second part, which is like the body, and this is the intent. You are speaking your intent. And then the next part would be the closing. So that would be thanking with gratitude, and so it is, so mote it be, it is done. Just the closing. So I will share with you what it is that I'm going to be using in the description of this video, where you can download the incantation. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is, the second list that you created to counteract the negative list that you burned. At this point by now, if you did it, get to burning so that you could be ready for next week. We're going to take that second list. This is a list of all the good things. This is a list of the positive things. This is the counteracting the negative list. That list that you created, you want to take that list and put it under your pillow and leave it under your pillow all the way up until it's time to do the Glamour Magick Ritual. Now that could be 3 days, it could be 2 days, but leave it 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, whatever it is. Leave it under there, because every time you go to lay down, you look at it, you see the list, and then you lay down. You are further etching this into your brain, this into your unconscious, right? This is where we need it to go. So that is the third thing that we're going to do. And, you do this all the way up until it's time to do the Glamour Magick Ritual. Hello, this is Editing Aradia, and I wanted to hop on here to let you know, to give you a heads up for the Glamour Magick Ritual Live, so that you could be prepared if you're going to join in. So firstly, the live will be taking place on Saturday, April 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next, what you will need is the Glamour Magick blend that you created and added your ashes into. You will need that blend. Next, you will need a candle. This candle, it can be a white, red, pink, green, orange. Orange is confidence. It could be gold. Remember, you're thinking about the intent that you are personally casting this Glamour Magick for. I will be using red. I will be using this candle here. So that's that. The next thing you will need is your incantation. If you created one, or if you're using the one that I created, where the link is in the description of this video for free. Or even if you're using that for inspiration. So these are the things that you will be needing. So to recap, it's happening on Saturday, April 5th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will need your Glamour Magick blend that has the ashes in it. You will need a candle that you're using. And also remember the candle type as well. Because if you're using like a 7-day candle in glass, that really means you want to amp this up. Because this is something, if it's a 7-day candle, right, you're going to be working on this daily until that burns out. So you want to think about that, and you want to think about, because I'm going to be using the blend to dress my candle. So that all depends, but I will explain more in the video, in the live. And also the incantation. So these are the things that you'll be needing to cast a Glamour Magick Ritual during the live. So I just want to reiterate the concept, right, of the inner and outer glamour, especially if you're just catching, this is the first video in the series you're catching, right? So another reason why I'm doing it this way is so that we can address both parts, because outer is, right, you're putting a glamour on your clothing, the things that you're wearing, the outer appearance, right, shifting the perspective of how you are seen by, enchanting jewelry, whatever it is that you're wearing. This is the outer, right? The inner is, and this is where it's long lasting, more stable, and this is the foundation, right? Because if you work on it internally, it gives it more power when you do put on those enchanted items. So it's good to work on it from the, that inner glamour, so it can illuminate outwardly into and be perceived as glamour, because that is what, right? Confidence is glamour. Confidence is glamorous. So this is why I'm doing it this way, because I want to just kind of address, right, writing that list and address those inner issues that we have that may be potentially blocking this magic. So we want to work on this, the both sides of it, right, as a whole. That is it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know. The link to the incantation download will be in the description of this video. Until the next video, I love you all, and into the shadows.